Netflix has turned around its losses from previous quarters, and for this most recent quarter, didn't lose subscribers for the first time in a couple quarters. A couple interesting points from the article are that they think this is primarily driven by their big hit shows, like what's this one called? It's got the screenshot right on it. Stranger Things. Yeah, I definitely watched it. Just name slipped my mind as we were talking here. One thing that I thought was really interesting, just as a point of reference, they say Netflix currently accounts for over 8% of all video viewing time in the UK and 7.6% of TV viewing time in the US. And I'm not sure whether I think that's a lot or a little bit. Talk about that with John. And also points out that that's neck and neck with YouTube in the US, but well ahead of rivals such as Amazon and Disney. So I think a couple interesting things to talk about there, which I will do with John on today's Not So Critical Update. Is 8% of total viewing time a high or low, do you think? Like, I would have guessed it was more.
I would have also guessed that it's more. Also, I totally forgot that we didn't mention that Peter's out, obviously, for this
Peter
week.
who? What are you talking about?
Let's just suck it, Peter.
Just the Mikey Johnny show.
Johnny Mikey show. Future me will have to deal with that one. Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't watch. He actually does watch.
I think he does watch. So fuck you, Peter. Oh shit, I did it again. Just kidding. Love you, Peter. Okay,
he's off globetrotting.
So yeah, he is again. How many flights can you take in a year? My God. So, Netflix currently accounts for just over 7.5% of TV viewing time in the US. Let's consider this. I do want to know, I'm going to just throw some arbitrary numbers out, and I'm not going to do any research. Cable still amounts for a percent.
Probably more than either you or I would like to admit.
Exactly, admit. So I would honestly probably put it on like a safe 20%, I think.
Yeah.
It might even be higher still. But let's say 20% of American TV is still traditional TV.
It's almost certainly higher.
Cable. Yeah, we're talking about two whole generations.
Because you got Netflix.
One of those.
So 7.6 is Netflix. They say that's neck and neck with YouTube. So now you're at 15%, well ahead of the other rivals. So that maybe gets you to like 30% online.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
Cable's probably. I mean, geez, cable could almost be 60 or 50, 60, 70%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right, actually. I wanted to give it a conservative 20 because I believe in the future, but it is shocking to talk through it. You know what? Fuck it. We're doing it again because we do things live on this show.
Researching
market share of cable TV.
I don't have my fuck it, we'll do it live
money.
Scene here.
Okay, so actually your numbers were really good. So this is 2022. 35% of viewing time went to shows on internet services.
Mm-hmm. Nailed it.
Slightly more than the 35% for cable.
Okay.
And streams haven't yet overtaken traditional TV as a whole. Broadcast still represent 20%. So I think if I'm understanding this correctly,
so they separated broadcast and cable into two different categories?
Yeah, that's what I think they did, but it looks like
for broadcast. Could 20% of people still be watching over-the-air television? Or I'm sorry, 20% of total viewing time be over-the-air television? I guess it could be.
I guess so.
That's shockingly high to me. Cable doesn't surprise me at all. But broadcast, I wonder if they're separating out like network television that you get through
basic broadcasting. Like, because basic broadcasting in some states is free, right? Mm-hmm. Like you get like 5 channels or something. I don't remember exactly. It's been so long.
Anyway, but it's still with your cable service.
Back to the point of
that's what we're not talking about, like having an antenna on your house, are we? I mean, maybe. I guess I don't know.
Maybe.
Who's still doing that?
I don't know.
No one in our audience.
Honestly, probably some dude out in the boonies in Florida, or like, I don't know, like they just.
This is our privilege.
85 years old, and they're still watching their. Yeah, that's right. But 8%. So Netflix almost owns 10% of all TV viewership, which is for one company. We're talking one company. This isn't because what is cable? It's hundreds of companies or chained companies, I guess, like 6 conglomerates. It's kind of scary, but that's going away. Good. And in comes Netflix. So is this good? I guess it is, but you know how I feel about Netflix and subscriber-based online TV companies. Not great. Not the biggest fan, but this is good news, I guess, because we don't actually want Netflix to go away. We do want companies to keep making good content. I enjoy it. I'm a big TV guy. I love television, good television. And I think Netflix kind of led the group, Hulu and Disney and Paramount, all of these companies, they kind of led them into this, hey, if you make quality, you'll make money. The next step here, I think, is to create I would hope buy a month for like $2, $3, and you can watch shows for a month.
I mean, that's almost what people do now anyway, right?
Right. But it's not advertised. It's not advertised. But if I have 5 shows in a month on Netflix that I want to catch up on, then I subscribe to Netflix for a month, then I cancel it. The effort here is what's kind of a turnoff. Then I go to HBO Max because they just dropped their 2 hit series. I watch those, cancel after a month. What I'd like is for the option to be pay as you go. You want a month? Here you go. This expires on the 30th or on today's date next month. Nothing else needs to be done. They can keep my data and they can keep my credit card information. And then in 6 months, I'm like, boom, I'll do it again. That's really what I'm looking for. I'd even take it as far as give me a week for like a quarter of the cost.
I think the market would have to change a bit before companies were open to something like that. I use a training app for my bike, and it's for indoor training. I primarily do that over the winter, so I can sign up. I'll sign up for 3 months and then cancel it. I see some of those services starting to offer suspend the account option. So one of the tools that I use lets you suspend for 3 months up to a couple times a year. So that still takes action on my part, but is a small step in the direction I think that you're describing. I have a hard time seeing companies volunteering not to put people on subscriptions, but if the demand shows up for it, then I'm sure it'll happen.
Right.
But
it is a bit of a sleazy service.
Yeah, but subscription is just how things work now.
It is a sleazy service, I guess, but it's still sleazy. Like, they really feed on, I forgot to unsubscribe from Netflix for 3 months.
Yeah, sure.
When I wanted to.
Yeah, but nothing special about Netflix in that way, though.
The system is nothing special about Netflix. Agreed.
One thing they mentioned in the article that's kind of good news, especially in light of trying to crack down on license sharing and things like that, is they said they finally created a way to transfer user profiles along with viewing histories and preferences to new accounts. So if somebody does have to switch to their own account or to a different family account or whatever, their personalized settings and history would not be lost. So there's a little bit of a gift. I don't know. Sort of like take the pain out of it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I get it from from Netflix point of view. I could understand wanting to rein in account sharing, but like also they're just so money hungry. Like if I'm given access to 4 people on my account, that's a family anyway. So like, what does it matter that we're not blood related? I don't know. It just money grubbing Netflix is like, give me more.
Yeah, they're a business. We know.
Fair. That's fair. I don't know. Good for them, I guess.
Good for all of us, John.
Yeah, no, but sure.